Good evening, traders and investors. It's Mark, and I'm back with another video. I just want to touch on some things that happened today, and I've got some new stocks that I just added to my watch list. Finding a lot of stuff out there. It's a bull market. Let's see what happened today. We had NRDY and Yalla did just as I expected, and I talked about in the last video. Is they broke out and they're just gonna keep going. It looks like I mean, they held those key levels and they're just off to the races now. ARAY is the same thing, just another breakout. Lots of breakouts. That's what we're seeing these days. I just went through some scans and I'm seeing so many triangle setups and nice clean flags. I've never seen so many in a long time. Like I don't think I've seen this many as I did even in the beginning of the year. I mean, like the large cap tech was really strong, and those Magnificent Seven were strong, but started to see it come around in a lot more stocks now. Even PLTR had a new breakout. And I traded this one at I think I bought calls at like 10 or 11 and sold at like 12 or 13. But I mean, that was some pretty good volume there today. 140 million shares traded. So I wouldn't be surprised if it just keeps going. And today it did a gap up, and a gap up is the most bullish chart signal there is. So that's something to keep in mind. I was looking for the gap ups here. It did one back in, was that May? Yeah, in May it had a gap up. Didn't follow through off of that, but this is the kind of one where you just buy the dips. I don't see it slowing down. What else we got? What else we looking at? AMSC. That one's another good one. Looks like it kind of struggled a bit there to hold over 11. So I'm not as bullish as I was yesterday on it, but and the darling is RGTI. RGTI is the quantum computer company, and it's got another breakout, and I've been tweeting that one a lot, and it's just off to the races again on some really good volume there. Traded 11.6 million shares on the day. That's the highest it's been, the highest the volume's been since the 8th of June. So a lot of volume there. That's good to see on a breakout. And I have a feeling this one will go like another day, maybe 1 or 2 days, and then consolidate. But I'm looking for one more day and lock in some profits. So semiconductors are still holding in there. I think as long as you see the major indices and tech continue higher, I think we're still in good shape here as far as the overall market goes. The SOX SOXX is making another move up in the channel. I talked about that one, I guess, a few days ago when I noticed it here. It touched the bottom of the channel, uptrend channel, back a few days ago, and I said that it's probably got a couple more days of run, and it's just slowly going up until it hits the top of this channel. So that's a good. Let's say if you happen to be along a lot of semiconductors, that's where you might want to take a little profit. But we'll see how it acts up there. JD, yeah, the China names came back today. China's really still going. I was talking a lot about that one. I think I was initially bullish on the I was bullish on FXI a little early, and I think I got stopped. I took a loss or got stopped out. That was like a month ago. I think it was on this one back in June. But this move here looks like the real deal. I mean, you've got resistance became support, and it's just breaking out again. I mean, that's really bullish, and that's what I like to see nowadays. I like to see a nice trading range get a fresh breakout. So and it's kind of neat because it kind of tends to go up in a straight line, so it's almost like oil or something. Like you look at how it did back in June and back in March, it just went pretty much day after day straight up. I mean, it had some weird stuff there, but it looks. I mean, let's see, like, how many days up has it gone? What's the most days it had in those channels? It looks about. I think it's probably got another day or two. It could probably go another day or two before it consolidates. If it doesn't just, have a really huge day. I mean, based on what I'm seeing in these internet names and all these other related China plays, it looks really strong. Another one I just want to touch on before I forget is JMIA. I thought this one might have been a Chinese company just based on the name, but it's actually not. And this one had a lot of volume today, and I'm just drawing a trend line here, taking my time making this good trend line or support resistance line here. So it came right up to that resistance line that it recently tested back in February, and it's a really wide-ranging day. In other words, it had a really large percentage move on the day, like strong volume. It actually looks a lot like it did on 7/10 on July 10th. It had 4 million shares traded, and look, did again 4 million shares traded, and just a little more of a day range. The thing about day range is I like day range because it tells you if you're long a stock and you're looking to sell when a stock gets to its average day range, say the last 10, 30 days, then you're going to want to take profits there because statistically it's not likely to pass that. So it actually did that today. It went over its average day range, which is good to see. That's a bullish sign. It's good to see a long candle. So what else we got? Yeah, so these quantum computing plays, I didn't know those were a thing. I always thought it was just IBM and some research universities or institutions that had quantum computers, but this RGTI, or however you pronounce it, RGTI, RGTI, looks like the real deal, and it's a top holding in the quantum computing ETF. So I actually just happened to, I was going through my under one Momo scan, which was actually stocks over one, but the my Momo scan, my momentum scan just turned up this one, and the name it's called quantum computing, and it looks like it's got some higher lows, and it just keeps uptrending ever so slightly. And that's some really nice volume today came in, and I'm guessing it's just sympathy off of RGTI, but check this one out. It's pretty cool. Quantum computing, ticker QUBT, is a full-stack quantum software and hardware company on a mission to accelerate the value of quantum computing for real-world business solutions. The company recently acquired QPhoton, a quantum photonics innovation company that has developed a series of quantum photonic systems, QPS. The combination of QCI's flagship ready-to-run software product, Catalyst, with Photon's QPS sets QCI on a path to delivering broadly accessible and affordable full-stack quantum solution that can be used by non-quantum experts anywhere for real-world industry applications. So that one, that's just a periphery play off of the RGTI and quantum computing. Let's check. One thing I want to check is I want to check on the quantum computing ETF today, see how that did. Oh yeah, that's nice. QTUM, the quantum computing ETF, is actually an ETF for this stuff. Like, you talk to people, like, I've heard a lot of smart people say that, you know, quantum computers are just kind of a theory now, and just like an imagination thing, but it's either they're out of the loop or there's something going on that I don't understand, because it looks like there's real world applications for this stuff already. Maybe it's experimentational, I don't know. But I just know that you can invest in it. So the quantum computing ETF QTUM new 52-week high, it looks like. Yep, new 52-week high. So like I was saying, as large cap tech sort of struggles to, you know, it's kind of chugged along with the QQQs, you know, really slowly. There's a lot of stuff that's on the periphery and these like sub industries and, you know, smaller cap stocks that are running. Like the old theory is, you know, once the money managers have moved into the large cap stocks, they run out of places to put money, so they end up having to go into small cap, because obviously if you're a big money manager, you're not going to get much alpha from a small company, or you're not going to be able to invest much in it, you know. But I guess when they run out of places to put money, they just start buying the small stuff too. I mean, you see, if you look back in history, the small cap stocks usually outperform large cap stocks in secular bull markets for long periods of time. It's not always, but my hunch is these small companies are going to do really well in the second half of the year. As I was saying, as the valuations are just fuller in these large cap companies, especially tech. Not that tech's a bad place. It's just there's more robust returns in other areas. Just sipping some water there. So yeah, man, it's really exciting stuff. Like there's so many bullish patterns out there that my setups for my bullish setups are like triangles and really clean bull flags, you know, with like ideally with decreasing sell volume. And I've been seeing a lot of that, and I found some more things I'll just go over real quick that I found. So yeah, QUBT, and I was looking at this quantum computing company. Looks like there's maybe one analyst on it, which is a good thing, but it's just hard to find good estimates. I suppose I could listen to the conference call or find a transcript, but I think it's still worth a shot on any follow through here. I mean, you look at, they're not profitable, but in the current year they're looking for a million in revenue, and the next year they're looking for 4 million in revenue. So that's a 300% growth rate in sales, if that's correct. Well, actually, right here it says 263%. So yeah, it looks like their earnings kind of narrowed a bit there, and it should be good growth. I mean, it's such a small company. It's an $87 million company. But let's check the balance sheet real quick. I kind of like, just kind of like a, a safe rule of thumb is just to make sure they're liquid enough to last, like a quarter or so. So the current ratio is actually not very good. They have more current liabilities than assets. They've only got $3 million in cash, so that's probably why the stock hasn't done so well. Let's see if they might raise. I mean, they could probably raise. Maybe they'll raise stock. They could raise some capital somehow, maybe. I don't know. But it's pretty speculative, I guess, if they're not making money and their cash is getting low. But I just see it as a momentum trade, if it is a trade, if it keeps going here. So I imagine there's some other, like it was talking about how they was involved with the photons. Like, I'm just not an expert on this. I'm not a computer scientist, so I don't understand the intricacies of how it works. So there's probably other ways to invest in that too. That I might research that. Man, so yeah, even I'm seeing a lot of stocks that do well and bull markets are just kind of coming back here. Like CMLS, you don't see that company do well in a mixed market, or I mean, it's pretty amazing. All these media companies are up today. Yeah, another one, the that ticker QSI. I thought it was on a quantum computing one, but it's actually protein marker, biotech company, and they should benefit a lot from AI. QSI. Let me just read the description of that real quick. This was pretty cool. Like I've been saying, the AI is going to help pharmaceuticals a lot and biotechnology companies. So this one, QSI, is a life sciences company engaged in the development of protein detection platform to enable next generation protein sequencing. The company's platform is comprised of the carbon automated sample preparation instrument, the platinum single molecule detection, and next generation protein sequencing instrument, chip, cloud data analysis software. That's pretty interesting. The revenue growth on this one is forecast to grow from 3 million to 21 million, and over a 500% revenue growth rate, which is pretty incredible. Like, you don't see that very much. I actually like this one better than that last quantum computing one. Just came off a bull flag. That's a good one to that I would like to buy on a breakout. It's another good one. Ooh, so many good ones. Oil just continues higher. Another gap up, which is really bullish. Gap up and breakout. And that leads me to the next ones that I was looking at, because I found another oil related company. The ticker is Pump, PUMP, and it formed a bottom and another perfect triangle. It's got another perfect triangle. It's kind of like Kava did, and that's just pretty perfect. Like, I used to look for months. In 2022 and even the years before that, I'd do these scans like almost every night, and you very rarely see triangles like that, or like the ones I've been finding. And as you see, the win rate on them is pretty good. You know, once they break out, that's kind of like my go-to for longs, like I was saying, that or a bull flag. Bull flags can be tricky if they're not perfect, but this PUMP is a good one. I mean, there's just so many of these triangles. That's why I want to do a video, because there's just so many setups out there now. As I tweeted out today, I took some small positions in Six Flags and Cedar Fair. Another one is Clover Health. This one, it just caught my eye because I remember it being a former runner. Yeah, back in 2020. I thought it ran before that too. Yeah, just when I go through these scans, I just know the former runners, the ones that have had big runs in the past, so that kind of gravitates my eye towards them. But it did have a lot of volatility in 2021. But the thing about this one is it's a nice bull flag. Really nice bull flag. Just trying to find where the resistance is. Yeah, let's do. It's always nice to back out and just kind of look at where it's at on the long-term chart. Let's see what we got. It's pretty clear there. Drawing the trend line, bam. Yeah, it's got a ways to go, but it did have some bottoming action potentially here. But that's a good bull flag. It's not perfect, but it's a good one. That's a long on breakout over 126. Still watching this one to see if it actually is going to retest or just break out of this channel. What else we got? TLRY. Yeah, that one's doing pretty good after I bought some calls in it. Just it looks like it's squeezing, so that's a good one. NR. Still watching NR, see if it's going to make a move here. It's slowly uptrending, so that's a good thing. It's good to see. I didn't actually notice that, so I looked at it here. It's almost like a triangle. It's just uptrending ever so slowly, which is better than downtrending after this much time. What else we got? PPH, I'm watching this one. My hunch is it's flagging. Pharmaceuticals have been pretty good, you know, and that could be a flag. So we gotta watch that one. Kava, I tweeted this one out like around. I tweeted it at 54.80 or 54 something, and it's 57 now. It's another perfect triangle, and I talked about that one in the other video. So let's see what else we got. Let's go to the shorts. URGN. I missed this one. I was gonna short it. I might have actually shorted it and then stopped out, but I read that one wrong. I thought it was done after 18, but if it doesn't explode here off this inside bar, I think it's a short. If it takes out $20 a share, roughly $20.70. if it's a technical breakdown, it's short. Let's see what else. Yeah, Lumen, still watching that one. It kind of faked out there, like it was gonna break out and fail. That looks pretty bearish. Like if it breaks out and fails and then does a shooting star, it looks pretty bearish. So we'll see on that one. Let's see what else we got. I think that was it. I think those are the major ones I want to talk about. Yeah, I was wrong on PTON too. Silly me, I thought a company like this was going to go down, but everything, pretty much everything goes up now. Everything is going. Even the weak stocks are strong. So, if my mind's right, this one's always had a good short interest too. So it's probably has something to do with it. So, I mean, it's really long on the breakout if it breaks out, and because I actually did now, it does have some decent short-term technicals going for it. So, I mean, that's a long on the breakout. I mean, there's better setups out there though. Like, there's better long setups, but it does have potential as a breakout. But it's something I'll be watching. Cook, yeah, I was wrong on that one too, but we'll see. Looks like it failed to hold. It failed to hold up there. So we'll see what that does. I mean, it's not really a great setup nowadays. Now that I think about it, I think it's good to focus on the bullish setups and the supernovas. You know, those short squeezes that are exhausted, like eventually Tupperware is gonna get exhausted too. I was a little early. I was really early on that one. Taking an L on that one because it's actually still squeezing or doing whatever it's doing. So, but we just gotta watch it and wait for some really good, some technicals, some breakdown before I do puts again. If I do puts again, because it's not really the kind of stock that I prefer to do puts on. I'd rather do like a sketchy, crappy stock or something, you know, like BBIG. And BBIG, it's not in my data feed, but it went down another like 60% today or something. It's trading on the OTC, on like the bulletin board. So that one, that's pretty crazy. Like, I nailed that one. I really nailed that one. I nailed it. Shorted it with puts, or long puts at it was like 4 something, and now it's probably like 20 cents. Well, it's, oh yeah, KC. Some of these China ones, still hang in there. I've got calls on that. Let me just go over the ones I've got some calls on. Yeah, see, I got the yellow calls. I got rig, kind of speculative option earnings play. Yeah, I did pick up the NGL. Yeah, that's another one. I almost forgot about that one. I think I'm covering everything pretty much otherwise. Yeah, NGL, that one. Let's look at that one real quick. Pull it up. That's another energy one that just broke out and had really good volume. And broke out on the most volume since last month. And I've got some, I think I got August calls on that one. On some of these, I actually went out and got the September and October calls on some of these ones that I feel really strongly about. let's see one of the ones I got. Cause I went pretty far out. Yeah, I got September's and the array, R-A-Y-A-R-A. I'm sorry, A-R-A-Y on the array. I got September's on that. And let's see what else. MKFG, of course. Yeah, let's check that one. I haven't looked at that one today. MKFG. Oh, okay. It did another breakout, but didn't hold. That's the 3D printing company. But like I went ahead and bought the I've got August and September calls just because I believe in it long term, so I don't really care if it pulls back or whatever. But it actually did technically break out again today. That's a 3D printer that I was talking about and posting about back in I guess it was June. I might have started in, I think May might have been my original blog post. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff out there. I'm sure, like I ran some stock scans, but I probably missed some stuff too. So just a lot of stuff out there. So I guess I'll just end it on that with that recap, and I'll catch you guys later.